You want to know the difference between people who dream big and people who live big? One simple word: balls, guts. The audacity to believe that you're meant for more, and the discipline to chase it down like a goddamn predator. Let me break this down for you. You've been lied to. Your whole life they told you to play it safe, stay in your lane, don't take risks. You know who says that? Losers, cowards, people who've already given up on themselves and want company in their mediocrity. You want to achieve everything you've ever wanted? Then listen closely, because these 5 secrets aren't for the faint of heart. They're for the few who are ready to dominate life instead of letting life dominate them. First, burn the boats. There is no plan B. The moment you give yourself an out, you've already failed. The second you say, if this doesn't work, I'll try something else, you've handed your destiny to chance. You go in with nothing but fire and fury, and you don't retreat. That's how empires are built. Second, raise your standards. You think you deserve more? Prove it. Stop tolerating average friends, average habits, average results. The life you're living right now is a direct reflection of what you're willing to accept. Raise the damn bar. And when you think it's high enough, raise it again. Third, take massive, ruthless action. While you're sitting around overthinking, doubting, and waiting for the right time, someone out there is grinding with blood in their eyes. You don't get what you want, you get what you hunt. So move, now, fast. And don't stop until you've left your name scorched into history. Fourth, surround yourself with killers. If you're spending time with people who don't scare the hell out of you with their ambition, you're not serious. Cut the dead weight. Stop hanging with people who make excuses and start building with people who make moves. Iron sharpens iron. Get in the room with savages who challenge you, or stay stuck with sheep who coddle you. And fifth, embrace pain and fear. Stop running from discomfort. Stop hiding from the struggle. Pain is your ticket, fear is your signal. Every time you feel that heat in your chest, that voice whispering, what if? That's the exact moment you lean in. You push harder. You go where others won't, because that's where your destiny is waiting, with teeth bared and glory in its hands. You've got one life, one shot. Stop playing it like a dress rehearsal. No one's coming to save you. No mentor, no podcast, no damn miracle. It's you versus you. So either you rise or you rot. You choose. Now get out there and take what's yours. Let me tell you something that most people can't stomach. The reason you're not where you want to be in life has nothing to do with your intelligence, your background, or your resources. It's because you've been half-assing your goals while clinging to a safety net. You've got one foot in the dream and one foot in your comfort zone, hoping you can play it safe and still win big. Newsflash, you can't, not in this life, not in the jungle we live in. Winners don't flirt with success, they marry it. And marriage means burning every escape route, torching every bridge to your past, and standing in the flames of uncertainty until greatness either breaks you or makes you. You want to know what separates the 1% from the rest? It's not talent, it's not luck, it's commitment. A ruthless, all-in, take no prisoners commitment. The phrase burn the boats comes from history. Warriors would land on enemy shores, and their commander would burn the ships they arrived on. Why? Because with no way back, the only option is forward, win or die. And when that's your mindset, when failure isn't on the menu, you will find a way to win. But you've kept your boat floating, haven't you? You've got that backup plan, that safety job, that fallback degree, that just-in-case excuse locked and loaded. Every time it gets hard, you whisper to yourself, maybe this isn't the right time. Maybe I should go back. That's not ambition. That's weakness in disguise. That's fear dressed up as logic. You cannot conquer anything in life if you're already planning your retreat before the first shot is fired. You want to start a business, but you won't quit your soul-sucking job. You want to chase your dream, but you're still asking for validation from people who've never done anything great in their lives. You want to go to war, but you're packing a parachute just in case it gets uncomfortable. That's not how warriors move. That's not how empires are built. Look, every successful person you admire made a decision, a brutal, terrifying, life-altering decision to go all in. They stopped asking, what if it doesn't work, and started saying, I'll make it work or die trying. That's not poetry, that's reality. And if you want your name in lights, your legacy carved in stone, you better be ready to make the same call. Burn the boats, quit the damn job, cut off the excuses, break up with your limiting beliefs, tell your doubts to sit down and shut up. Because you're done negotiating with mediocrity. Once you're all in, really all in, You'll tap into something inside of you that you never knew existed. A fire, a savagery, a force of will that bends reality to your will. When you strip away the safety nets, you awaken the warrior within, and that's when the magic starts. That's when the world starts bending around you instead of you bending to it. So make the call, burn the boats, and then stand tall in the ashes like the monster you were born to be. Because only when there's no turning back will you finally discover how far you can really go. Let me lay it out straight. You don't get what you want in life. You get what you tolerate. And if you're tolerating average, if you're tolerating just enough, if you're tolerating weak friends, soft habits, and a pathetic work ethic, then that's exactly what your life is going to reflect. You want to change your life? Then raise your damn standards. Not tomorrow, not when you feel ready, now. Your standards are the internal thermostat that regulates your success, your discipline, your income, your health, your relationships, everything. If your thermostat is set to lukewarm, guess what? Your life is going to feel like a room full of stale air. But crank that thing to high performance, and suddenly the room starts to shift. People feel your energy, opportunities move towards you. You're no longer waiting to be chosen. You're commanding your space. Most people live like they're on autopilot, just accepting whatever life hands them. They say, it's not so bad. That's the language of the dying. That's the inner dialogue of someone who's already quit without admitting it. You weren't born to settle. You weren't built for second place. So why the hell are you living like you're just happy to be in the game? Let me make it real for you. Look at your life right now. Look at your bank account. Look at your body. Look at the people you surround yourself with. Look at how you spend your time. That's your standard. Not what you say you want. Not what you post on Instagram. What you tolerate every single day. That's the truth. If your life doesn't piss you off, you're not aiming high enough. If you're not disgusted by your own laziness, your own excuses, your own mediocrity, you're not ready. You've made peace with average, and until you get angry enough, sick enough, desperate enough to raise the bar, you're going to keep living that same recycled year over and over again. High standards are uncomfortable. They demand more of you. They force you to wake up earlier, train harder, speak bolder, and act without hesitation. They require discipline when it's raining, when you're tired, when no one's clapping. But high standards are what separate the talkers from the doers, the wannabes from the winners. You raise your standards and suddenly your tolerance for bullshit drops. You stop answering the phone for drama. You stop letting fear dictate your decisions. You start walking with power, speaking with clarity, moving with purpose. And people notice. The world responds to people with high standards because most of the world is still asleep. This isn't about being perfect. It's about expecting more from yourself, from your environment, from your destiny. Stop playing nice with your potential. Stop making excuses for being average when you were born to be exceptional. Listen closely. Your life will never rise higher than your standards. Not your goals, not your dreams, your standards. So set them high. Set them so high they scare you. Set them so high that the old version of you couldn't even reach them on a ladder. Because that's how you become someone new. That's how you kill the old self and resurrect the real one. So no more settling, no more good enough, no more playing small to make average people feel comfortable. It's time to raise your standards so damn high that mediocrity can't breathe in your presence. You want to be unstoppable? You want everything life has to offer? Start by demanding more from the one person responsible for your future, you. Let me make this crystal clear. The world doesn't reward intention, it rewards execution. Your dreams don't mean a damn thing if you're not willing to get up every single day and attack them like your life depends on it. Because guess what? It does. Everybody talks, everybody plans, everybody posts quotes and listens to motivational podcasts thinking that's doing the work. It's not. It's mental masturbation. Until you step into the arena, swing the sword, and get blood on your hands, you haven't done anything. Success doesn't come to thinkers. It comes to doers, to the ones who take action so fast, so loud, so relentless that the world has no choice but to step back and watch. You don't need another book. You don't need another mentor. You need to move now with aggression, with purpose, with urgency. You're waiting for the perfect moment, aren't you? The stars to align, the fear to go away, the confidence to magically show up. Let me tell you something, it never does. Confidence doesn't come before the action. It comes from the action. You build it by doing, by pushing, by failing and showing up again. You don't wait for permission to move. You take what's yours. And not just once, not when it's convenient, not when you're in the mood. I'm talking about daily, unrelenting, massive action. You don't get rich by working hard a few times. You don't build a legacy by giving it 80%. You You don't create greatness by treating your dream like a hobby. You show up like a beast every day, whether you feel like it or not. You want a better body? Get in the gym and lift like your muscles owe you rent. You want a business? Make 100 calls, close deals, network, learn, launch, relaunch. You want financial freedom? Then stop scrolling and start producing. Create value, build systems, sacrifice weekends, bleed for it. Execution is what separates winners from dreamers. Everyone wants the glory, but only the relentless few are willing to pay the price. There are no shortcuts, no secret formulas. There is only discipline, repetition, and warlike focus. You have to become obsessed with taking action. Ruthless with your time, allergic to excuses. The moment you feel hesitation, you act faster. The moment fear creeps in, you run toward it. You train your brain to love the discomfort, to crave the fight, to feed off momentum. That's how champions are made. And listen, action doesn't mean perfection. You're going to mess up. You're going to get punched in the mouth. Good. As part of it, you want to win? Learn to love the chaos, the fast pace, the sleepless nights, the failures that teach, the grind that sharpens, the wins that compound. Most people will never get there. Why? Because they don't act, they think. They doubt, they stall. And life steamrolls them, but you're not most people. You're a machine, a weapon, a walking declaration of action. From this moment on, you move different. You operate different. You don't wait, you execute. Take the shot. Make the call. Send the email. Launch the thing. Say yes, say no, walk in, show up, burn through every wall between you and your destiny like a wrecking ball with one setting. Forward. Because in this life, the future belongs to the fast, the focused, and the relentless. Let me hit you with a truth bomb that'll either set you free or piss you off. Your life is a mirror of the people you spend time with. You want to know why you're not where you want to be? Look at your circle. Look at the people you text, the people you sit with, the people who clap when you play small. That's your problem. You cannot grow in an environment that coddles weakness. You cannot become a lion if you're surrounded by sheep. You will never become the best version of yourself while constantly inhaling the toxic fumes of small-minded conversations, dead-end ambition, and average energy. You are not just influenced by your environment, you are shaped by it. If you're the smartest, most disciplined, or most ambitious person in your circle, that's not ego. That's a warning sign. Because when everyone around you is beneath your level, you stop climbing, you get complacent. You start lowering your standards just to keep the peace, just to fit in. That's how greatness dies, slowly, quietly, and comfortably. You want to play at a higher level? Then you've got to be around people who play at a higher level. Surround yourself with killers, with savages, with people who wake up hungry, who speak in results, who execute without hesitation, people who don't make excuses. They make money, moves, and impact. Find people who scare you, people who push you, people who challenge your thinking and crush your comfort zone with a smile. You need friends who hold you accountable when you slack, not ones who enable your mediocrity. You need partners who will say, that's not good enough, when you try to half-step your goals. Because iron sharpens iron, and cotton candy can't cut steel. And yes, this means cutting people loose. People you grew up with, people you love, people who mean well but live small. That's the price. That's the cost of climbing. Not everyone can go with you. Not everyone should. If you're carrying dead weight just because of history, you're slowing down your own future. You don't need a crowd. You need a crew, a focus-driven, no-excuses crew that moves with intensity and executes with precision. Your environment is more important than your education, your background, even your talent. Because with the right people around you, even your weaknesses become irrelevant. They'll cover your blind spots while you sharpen your edge. Think about it. You hang around 5 broke people, guess what? You'll be number 6. You surround yourself with 5 beasts, you'll have to level up just to survive in the room. That's the power of the network. It elevates you by default. You want to build an empire? You better audit your circle like your life depends on it. Because it does. Cut the gossipers. Cut the energy vampires. Cut the comfort seekers. Replace them with winners, builders, creators, competitors. My people, find people who are obsessed with growth and allergic to excuses. People who dream bigger than you and move faster than you. This is the law of elevation. You rise with those who rise. So step into new rooms. Take the risk. Put yourself in the spaces where you feel small, intimidated, and challenged. That's where real transformation begins. Your network is not just a social tool, it's a weapon. Build it wisely. Because the right circle doesn't just support your goals, They demand your greatness. You've heard the truth, raw, unfiltered, no sugar, no safety net, because the life you say you want isn't waiting for a polite version of you. It's demanding the real you, the savage, the warrior, the unrelenting force of nature that's been buried under fear, comfort, and excuses for far too long. You know the secrets now. Burn the damn boats. Raise your standards like your life depends on it, because it does. Take massive, ruthless action like you're being hunted. Surround yourself with killers who call you out, lift you up, and push you forward, and stare fear and pain in the eye. Then walk through them like the unstoppable beast you were born to be. You want the life, the dream, the power? Then earn it with blood, with sweat, with grit. You don't tiptoe into greatness. You kick the door down, take the throne, and dare the world to come for you. This is your moment, not tomorrow, not when it feels right, right now. The clock is ticking, the world isn't waiting, and no one is handing you a damn thing. So rise up, step in, own the battlefield, be bold, be loud, be relentless, because in the end, it's not the dreamers who make history, it's the doers. Now go make yours.